I'm just here to talk about my book, from paper choices to the full A to Z letterboard lessons for SOMA RPM. And the goal of this book is to help those who are beginning RPM to get them to open communication, or those who have been maybe restarting RPM multiple times, or just have been stuck on a certain level for a very long time, to help you have success to get to open communication with the different tools in a clean way that allows the student to be deliberate, clean, and it be their thoughts, without there being, technical influence. So it's not a training, but it is lesson plans that help you see the process that can possibly be, gone through. It gives, there's 9 books in there, and the 9 books take you from paper choices to choosing and spelling from the paper choices, to spelling on one of the tools, to a rolled letterboard that has 5 options shown at a time, letter options shown at a time, to 3 stencils that has like 8 to 9 letters shown at a time, to or half board showing half the letters at a time, to the full letterboard or stencil. Then generating open-ended one-word responses, some activities to help you get that more solid, and then generating phrases and then sentences. And you may not need to use some of the tools with your child. You may need to mix it up a bit. So there's some students that really thrive off variety. One day they do really well with a rolled up letterboard. The next day they're better with a stencil. So you may go back and forth between the 2 books for that. Or maybe some students just crinkle the letterboard up, a rolled up letterboard every time it comes to them, and they're just batting it and smacking it and you can't tell what's happening. So then the stencil is a more appropriate tool. And with those students, you would skip out that rolled letterboard section. Or vice versa, maybe the laminate board and rolled boards are better, but the stencils aren't very helpful for a particular child, and that's possible. So because RPM is so fluid and it's not always step by step, while there is a number of hierarchical, movement, at the same time, you don't just pass off a stage and never go back. Many students go up and down with those stages, or different things happening in their life, sensory-wise, that can cause a change for that student and what they need. So you may need to do less lessons in a book, maybe add more lessons. It's okay if you have to spend more time in the book is there. You're not doing something wrong if you end up needing to do 40 lessons with the rolled up letterboard instead of the 20 or 25 that are there. Don't feel like there's something wrong with you because you haven't, gone faster. They are short to help it be manageable. But I'm hoping it's helpful to you just to be able to get yourself to get a lesson in each day, or frequently as you can. But don't beat yourself up if you aren't, there yet. It takes time to develop a habit of doing something new. There's a lot you're working through, and so be patient with yourself. And like I said, not every tool is listed in there. I mean, every technique or reason or how to use a tool is all in there, because it's just kind of giving you tips and then lesson plans. But you can get more information by visiting Unlocking Voices Through RPM, looking at www.halo-soma.org, the official website for RPM, then my website, heatrpm.com. Or you can go to and there's lots of resources on these different places, and there's other provider websites as well that you can look at that are great resources, and such. So, and you may need to talk to a provider in some cases just to help you figure out what tools to troubleshoot, to figure out the prompts. I do put some hints about some of the prompts that are in there, but for some of you, you may need to use them differently, or you might need some modeling to know how to do them effectively. That's also possible. To help it be done well. But don't get worried about messing up. Part of learning is making mistakes, and it's okay that you make mistakes. You just keep trying and keep learning, and eventually it irons itself out. So I hope the very best for you and your journey, and please feel free to reach out to me or other providers or Unlocking Voices. And really, because it's a parent-led method, that's what's so beautiful about RPM, to the many wonderful parents out there that are supporting and very knowledgeable and skilled with RPM themselves, and plus that extra knowledge as what it's like to be a parent with a child with exceptionalities. So all the best to you, and I hope this is a useful resource for those of you who purchase it.